Hello, hello. This is the Awful and Awesome Entertainment Wrap, episode 370. This is Rajyasree.
And this is Abbas, Momin.
And today we have, because it's both of us and we are hardworking, we have
Very, very.
all topical things and we've watched everything. Okay, I haven't watched everything. But even you haven't watched. No, you've watched everything that I've watched. Okay,
I've not watched one of the things in the list that you caught on the flight.
that's because I caught it on the flight. So that's okay.
Yeah.
You can't see it in India itself. So we have Mother's Instinct, which is the new film with Anne Hathaway and Jessica Chastain, which you can watch on Amazon Prime everywhere abroad other than in India. I don't know why. You can't even rent it in India for some reason. And then we watched, as in Abbas watched Jigra. I didn't because Abhinandan and I said, oh, very bad reviews.
Oh, really? Okay.
I would have still gone, but he was like, oh, very bad reviews. So we did not. But then we both watched Khel Khel Mein. So I think we deserve an award for that, mainly.
Yes.
Then we watched a series, which is, I've watched 6 episodes of it, which is quite impressive. Because
Of
I
The Tribe?
clearly have a lot of time on hand.
Oh my God.
Yeah, called The Tribe, which is, like, we'll get to it. And then there's a very good documentary called Jamoora, which is on Sham Rangila, the comedian contesting elections, when he was contesting elections from Varanasi. And it's been produced by Kunal Kamra, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So before anything else, I just want to make one announcement that there's an NL Sena project which we would like you to contribute to. And Srinivasan Jain, one of India's finest reporters, is collaborating with Newslaundry and News Minute. And thanks to public contributions, we were able to get Srinivasan to do viral high-impact reporting during the Lok Sabha elections. And then he went to Israel with the team, went to Israel and the West Bank and has covered the Gaza conflict on the eve of the 1-year anniversary of the violence that's been taking place there. But now he is going to travel to America to bring his unique take on the Trump Kamala Harris battle. In the process, hopefully we will get stories which no mainstream media will be getting you. But all of this can only happen with your support. So please contribute to this project. These are very expensive projects to undertake for an independent media house. Go to newslaundry.com/NL Sena. The link is on the screen and pick any amount that works for you. But please contribute and make journalism great again. So Mother's Instinct is, I've been wanting to see this because, I don't know, I saw a trailer. It looked quite nice. Basically, it is set in the 60s. It's directed by, let me get this name correct, Benoit Delhomme. And it is his debut film, which I did not know. It's directed and shot by cinematographer Benoit Delhomme. It starts, so I really like Jessica Chastain more than Anne Hathaway. I think Jessica Chastain's range of films and roles is really nice. And there's this film called, which also I saw on a flight, Molly's Game. It's called Molly's, where she plays this
Poker film.
Yeah, the poker film, which is
Yeah.
really good. And anyway, I find her quite good. So it's set in the 60s. Both of them are neighbors. They are best friends also. They are 2 couples living next to each other. They have children who are the same age, 2 boys. Each has 1 boy. And both the boys go to the same school together. And they are very, very good friends. The boys are best friends. And it's those American houses which have a bush dividing the two. So you can walk through.
Not the president.
No. It has.
The tree.
All the bushes are standing in one row. And you can walk through. So it has...
I was about to ask, what's your criteria to choose what movie to watch on a flight?
So normally one is if they're most international flights. So I was flying Turkish Airlines, which I just want to say no one should fly. because they made me miss their own connecting flight. And then when I spoke to 3 other people, they told me, but our son also missed his flight. Someone else told me our bags were left. I said, nobody told me about all this before. I would not have flown them. No? So their selection of films is quite shitty, I must say. But
Oh,
I
okay.
usually choose films which haven't been released here.
Okay.
Now to something which everybody should have supported, which is Jamoora. So you tell
Yes.
us about Jamoora.
Okay, so Jamoora is a documentary directed by this guy called Varun Sukhraj, I think
Huh.
his name is. And it essentially follows Sham Rangila, the mimicry artist and satirist who mimics Narendra Modi
Yeah.
with his voice and mannerisms. And earlier this year, Sham decided that he'll contest elections against the Prime Minister in Varanasi, because there was this incident where in Gujarat, where in certain parts, the BJP candidate was declared a winner before even the elections,
Yeah.
because nobody was allowed to stand against them. So he said, I don't care if I lose, just to make a point that there should be an opponent, I
Yeah.
should fight elections. So the documentary, there's this beautiful thing where they juxtapose Sham and many others like him. Like, these are everyday people.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do in their life, but they want to fight an election. So they are like, कि हमको election file nomination file करना है, हमको ये जीतना है. And how they are made to wait for hours upon hours. They are made to suffer for wanting to fight an election, and juxtapose this with the Prime Minister, where streets are emptied
Yeah.
and police officers make cavalcades to make sure he goes there and he files the nomination. And that, of course,
I watched 40 minutes when he's gone back to one of those offices where that guy says, so
Right.
we've got your nomination paper. He says, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not happened. We've got your nomination. So I also felt people are, they talk decently. It's not like anyone's being rude or
Yes,
brash or
yes,
this thing.
yeah, yeah.
But the system will just break you down if you are not
Yeah.
like, because he's so hell bent on filing his nominations, he sticks to it. But anyone else would just say, screw it, this is not worth
Exactly.
my time.
Yeah.
And so people are being helpful, but the system has been built in such a way that it's almost impossible for an independent person
Exactly, yeah.
to
I mean,
get
we
their
all
toe
have
in.
that thing, right? Where we wait the entire day to get something done, and at the end of the day, they say kalana. Because
that's what.
either the time limit has been crossed, or it's lunch hour or something
Yeah.
of that sort. There's a very funny scene where his nomination gets accepted, but then overall, I would say Jigra is well made, and I liked it on the whole.
Okay.
But I think I liked it, but I wanted to like it more. I went in with some high expectations. What I found a little, what irked me a little bit was the film cannot decide whether it wants to be this pulpy sort of prison break, a filmy hero kind of a action film, or does it want to be a serious drama which deals with the emotions of a brother and sister and everything around it, right?
Oh, so
keeps
it's doing
this-
this
it keeps
thing.
doing this flip flop between the two things, where because Vasan Bala is known for being this a person who pays a lot of homage to old Hindi films and a lot of the 70s cinema. So
But is it plausible when you see her, because she's very slight, as in
Yeah,
physically, right?
Yeah.
Although she is quite tall, I only realize how tall Alia Bhatt is when she's standing next to people. But otherwise, she seems very slight and small.
Yeah,
That is it plausible that she is doing a jailbreak and going in and taking, or is it like you have to do that suspension of disbelief that she's
no,
managing?
you have to do a lot of
Yeah,
suspension of disbelief
that's
in
what.
this film, because it's a heist film, and it's one of those where someone who's never been in a country goes to the country and not only infiltrates the prison but suddenly knows everything about what's happening around. Manoj Pawa plays a very good role, where he's this ex-gangster from
Jigra to a film which we don't know whether you should. I don't know, maybe you have a different view from me, whether you should watch it on small screen or not itself, forget about big screen, is Khel Khel Mein, which is the new Akshay Kumar film, multi-starrer film, which I watched because I had loved the Italian film it is based on, which is the most remade film. It has 25 remakes in 25 languages. It's an Italian film called Perfect Strangers, which you can watch on Amazon Prime as far as I remember. That's where I had watched Perfect Strangers.
I think it's on Netflix.
Is it on Netflix also now?
I think
At
so,
that
yeah.
point it was, so it could be. But
I mean, I saw Fardeen Khan and I was like, okay, last I saw him was probably in like 2004 or 5. And
in
I'm
the
like, there's
ATM
been
video,
absolutely...
when he was buying cocaine in the ATM thing. That's his best film till date.
No, I'm talking about on screen.
Okay, because...
And I'm like, wow, in the last 20 years, there's absolutely been no growth to Fardeen Khan. He's exactly delivering his lines like he used to back then.
He's just a little slimmer than he was back then also. So that is the only thing that has happened. But anyway, I think there are 3, 1, 2, 3, whatever. It doesn't matter if there are 3 or 4
There's
couples.
Amy Virk also who was in Bad News.
Oh, that's why he's familiar. And their songs. So I fast forwarded. But my Tata's, that remote that you have now, smart TV remote, the battery has to be changed. So I couldn't fast forward after a point. So I had to watch the whole thing. It was just terrible. I'm sorry. I apologize, Abbas.
No, it's okay. I also started watching it with some high expectations because I thought maybe it's not that bad, but it was terrible.
It was really bad. It's really just bad. Really. But we are going to discuss a better film. But to listen to the rest of the podcast, we are behind a paywall right now, and have been for a while. So you will need to catch the full podcast on newslaundry.com if you subscribe. And of course, you have to subscribe because you have to support free news also, and also subscribe to watch us. So the subscription will get you access to all the subscriber-only content such as NL Hafta, NL interviews and other paywall stories and this podcast. But for the rest of this podcast, you'll have to log on and subscribe.
Journalism at News Laundry is powered by the public. Because when the public pays, the public is served. Visit newslaundry.com/subscription and pick a payment plan of your choice. Pay to keep news free and independent. Your future, and indeed the future of democracy, depends on it.